Okay, so I was out and about and I saw this can. You know, it's a Starbucks Nitro, and it's a nitro cold brew. So basically, they brewed this with nitrogen. And when it comes to cold brews, dude, it fucks me up because cold brew, because of the way that they do it, right? It has a lot more caffeine within it. And I remember the first time I tried cold brew, it was at a bad time, dude. I did it at like 2 p.m. or something, and because of that, I could not sleep until 4 a.m. It was really bad. But I always like the idea of cold brew because the whole thing is that it's supposed to be a smoother flavor. And I have, like, I do enjoy drinking, like, decaf cold brew and all that. But, yeah, I saw this. This thing, I just know it's gonna fuck with my anxiety. Just because it's gonna have a lot of caffeine. But, man, I never learn, alright? I never learn with fucking canned coffee. I just see canned coffee and I'm just like, I gotta buy it. I haven't tried it yet. I gotta buy it. There was a dark cocoa flavor. I should have bought that one too, but I decided to get the vanilla sweet cream simply because I tend to enjoy vanilla lattes a lot more than I do mochas. Unless it's a white mocha. Anyways, I'm gonna give this a try. It says, gently shake can once, pop open, and pour hard into a cold glass. I don't know what pour hard means. Actually, I know what pour hard is. It's just fucking just do it. Just do it like this, you know? No gentle pouring anything, you know? None of that pussy shit. Or something. I don't know. Okay, so that was not a gentle shake, actually. That was an aggressive hiss. Anyways, good thing I didn't shake it more than once. That'd be bad, don't you think? You know, I thought about pouring it on camera, but then I'm just like, what if I just spill it everywhere? Because I'm really bad at... Is this hard enough for you? Alright, actually looks like coffee. Wow. If I had just lifted this up, I'd be like, yeah, this is the coffee I made. Actually, no way would you... If you see the fucking color that my coffee usually is, it's light brown, not dark brown like this one. You would not believe me that I made this coffee. Because if it were me, I'd add a lot more milk. Actually, I forgot to look at the ingredients. What is, yeah, it's just cold brew, Starbucks coffee, reduced fat milk, sugar, cream, nitrogen, I don't know what pectin is, and natural flavors. I love natural flavors. Anyways, I think they wanted you to pour it hard because they wanted you to get that little cream up top, which actually looks pretty nice. Anyways, let's give this a try. Aw, yeah. That tastes like nothing. I'm never surprised with these fucking canned coffees, I swear. And you know, before you say maybe it's because of the ice, you know what? They recommended to pour into a cold glass. Well, technically, a cold glass would mean that I needed to put this glass into the freezer and just made it cold instead of having ice in it. Ah, whatever. I guess I should have sipped it through the can first. Anyways, still a little bit left. Hold on. No, I just took it straight from the can. It still tastes like nothing, as expected. Who am I kidding myself, dude? Canned coffee, they often taste like nothing. People who drink caffeine be like, oh, why would you drink decaf? It's just dirt water. Drinking coffee for the flavor? Yeah, well, the shit is filled with fucking caffeine and it tastes like nothing. The shit. The only Starbucks coffee I like is the bottled ones, you know? The one that's like mocha vanilla. Yeah, those ones. Those one actually tastes like coffee. I've decided I don't want to drink this. This was a waste of $3. Alright, if it were any other canned coffee, I'd probably be like, I'll drink the whole thing, but if this gives me no flavor and it's packed with caffeine because it's cold brew, I'm not having this shit. Alright, I'm replacing this coffee. This sucks. This is the only one where I don't want it anymore. I get all the consequences and no flavor? Fucking shite, dog. Alright, so I'm back with a different drink. I just made a dirty milk. This is essentially what it is. I kind of lost a lot of coffee. Not a lot, but I didn't add as much coffee as I wanted. I just felt like those small amount of sips that I've taken from that cold brew was probably all the amount of caffeine that I needed within the day. As I usually drink decaf, so I decided to add a little bit less decaf and just turn it into milk instead. Anyways, as I said, you know, if you just know how I usually drink coffee, that previous coffee in this glass is not it. Like, you see how fucking light this is? This is literally close to white. This is how I like my coffee. Flavored by milk. So much better than that fucking nitro brew shit, dude. I don't know why. I think primarily it's the nitro brew canned coffee stuff that's always just pretty meh. Like, and it really feels like they are just kind of advertising the nitro brew shit. It's like, oh, this is nitrogen infused cold brew, so it means that the coffee's a lot smoother and everything. You know, it's even smoother than regular cold brew, and that's like, that's their whole advertisement. And I mean, it got me. I bought it. What did that get me? A waste of $3. Technically $4 if you include the tax. Anyways, here we are with episode 7. I've been kind of trying to distract myself this whole time. Because my god, dude, the idea of like, I know, right? I know in my heart, in my kokoro and all that they're not going to quit because the whole thing is about them being an idol, or sorry, not an idol, but a voice actor. Unfortunately, still stuck in the idol industry for some fucking reason. So, like, that's the whole point, right? They can't just, like, quit and then... Although I would find that very funny if, like, this is, like, the point where there's, like, a time skip. That's the only possible solution, you know? It's like, oh, they failed, and then next episode is a time skip where, like, they've gone past their high school days, and now they're adults, and they're trying to get back into the voice actor stuff. I don't know. If that's not the case, then I would presume that they're not going to quit. They're going to do something that's going to get Yuuhi's mom to be like, oh shit, you know, okay, fine, I'll give you another chance or whatever. So about the parental rights stuff, I know I talked about it in like the last episode in the discussions and everything, but I'm kind of thinking about it a little bit more, you know? Like, I understand both sides, and Ms. Watanabe out here enacting parental rights and literally just fucking stepping over everybody, you know? Especially, like, her ex-husband and everything. You know, he's just over here like, look, I'm just here because my daughter wanted me to be here. You know, I think that she has a lot of talent and you shouldn't snuff it out. And dude, Ms. Watanabe is just like, hey, I got the sole custody on this child, fuck you. And I'm just sort of like, Jesus fucking Christ. And when she just straight out says like, yo, Yuuhi, you know, Chika, your opinion does not fucking matter, alright? I'm the one who's making this decision. I'm the one who can retract your contract because I'm the parent and whatnot. Which, you know what, goes back to the whole idea of what I was thinking about on how, like, Chika had gone this contract behind Ms. Watanabe's back. And I'm just, so, actually, you know what? I wanted to talk about parental rights, but, like, that whole thing fucking came back to me again. Because I was just over here, does that mean that Chika somehow signed this behind her back? And, like, and Ms. Watanabe is just like, oh, well, she did it behind my back, but whatever, you know? I guess I'm just gonna let her do it for now until it gets... And, you know, until it gets to this point where she's just like, I can't do this anymore. I remember somebody writing in the comments and making the suggestion that, well, her dad is still alive, right? So maybe he could have signed it for her as, like, her dad and, like, guardian and all that. But then, last episode, Ms. Watanabe says that she has sole custody over the child. Then that means that the dad can't... I think this is the case, right? The dad doesn't have authority over his daughter. So, like, he can't co-sign the contract for her. That's... Or at the very least, they did it behind her back. No, it would still have to be Ms. Watanabe who, like, has full permission to either, you know, fucking nuke her career or not. Which sucks, but, you know, that's parental rights and everything. Yeah, that whole question just surfaced right back up for me. Because it just sounds really bad in the way that they targeted Chika. And big oof, dude, big oof. Anyways, parental rights. In both cases, I do think that it's good for parents to be able to put out their parental rights on their kids, especially if they're doing something that they really shouldn't. But then, at the same time, by having parental rights, it really wipes out everything that the kid is feeling, especially if parents are using parental rights for the wrong reasons. And not to say that Ms. Watanabe is using it for the wrong reasons. Again, she has a very good reason to enact it, but at the same time, with the way that she says it, right? This is essentially parental rights. I don't care about your feelings, child. It's my way or the highway. And I just think that it sucks sometimes, especially for kids who are in these sort of positions where they feel like they are essentially powerless, right? Because they are on the puppet strings of their parents, and their parents can just do whatever the fuck they want with their kids. And, you know, it's okay because the parent knows better than the kids, and the kids are just young, impressionable dummies who will just believe anything, right? Because that's what kids are or whatever. They're fucking stupid, so, like, they can't make decisions by themselves, and then the whole idea of, like, they're not old enough to consent, and that's why the whole idea of parental rights come in, right? But yeah, I feel like I've got lost in the sauce. I don't know what I wanted to talk about originally. I mean, it's parental rights, but I don't remember where I was trying to lead that to. Well, other than the fact that it does feel like an upward hill battle for the kids, especially if they're living in a household that, like, that's not healthy for them. Not to say that, again, Miss Watanabe is not it's not a healthy place for Chika, but for kids who are not in a healthy relationship with their parents, and, you know, it's toxic and all that, again, it's unhealthy for them, and they want to get out. It's an upward hill battle for them, because the parents, if they put on a mask and they're just like, oh, this is how we are, we're so great parents, the kid is just a troublemaker. Really hard battle for the kid to be able to get out of their parents' scripts. But, you know, that's why in America, I don't know if it's in Japan, but, you know, in America, kids can literally go to court and disown their parents, which is just fantastic, dude. I just love that idea. Like, oh, parents disowning you? No, dog. I'm disowning you as my parents. Fuck you. The biggest fuck you ever, dude. It's great. But to get to that point, it's hard, you know? And, God, the whole fucking court system and everything, I really enjoy, going off topic, I really enjoy, like, being in court and, like, looking at, like, the whole processes of the court and all that. And overall, I do enjoy, like, looking at, like, the justice system, and, like, I really enjoy being in, like, not being, but, like, seeing it up front and like, up close and everything, right? Because, like, last year I had gone to jury duty, and it was the first time where I actually got chosen for a jury selection, because all the other times that I went, I just sat there for fucking hours, and they didn't call my name, and they're just like, all right, that's all the people we need, go home, and you're free for the next year until we call you again the year after. So, like, last year was the first time ever that I had gotten the chance to see jury selection, and I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the process, and I think I talked about this before, but back in sophomore year, when I got arrested, I got to see the arresting process, and I really enjoyed that. In hindsight, I didn't enjoy it when I was in the moment, but, like, in hindsight, I really liked to be there, and except during those moments, I wasn't there as an observer. I was just there because I was arrested. But, either way, I got first-hand experience. It was great. When I went to college, the little amount of college that I went, one of the classes that I really enjoyed taking was criminology. And honestly, if I had, like, ever gone past the slump that is fucking anxiety, and, like, if I was able to talk to a counselor or something to actually start off my degree and all that, one of the things that I probably would have taken is criminology, because, or in terms of, like, a minor, I probably wouldn't take criminology as a major. I don't know what the fuck I would do with a fucking criminology degree. Other than rant on the internet, it's probably, that's what I would have done. I'm still doing it here. But yeah, honestly, if college was free, and if I wasn't so scared of student debt, which is honestly the one thing that I don't have to worry about because I didn't fully go into college and all that. I had, like, a little bit of student debt, right? They charged me like $700. That was honestly the time where I was just like, yeah, I'm not going back to college. If I have to pay fucking this much money for this shit, nah, no thanks. But yeah, if college was free, you know, and everybody could get access to college, or if I'm ever at the point where I actually have enough money and I have like the time to go back to classes and all that, I would love to be able to take language classes, and also more probably more criminology and psychology, because like one of my planned major when I first went to college was either taking a major/minor in psychology and sociology, because psychology and sociology was one of my favorite subjects. And so I thought about going into those majors, and then I got hit with the cold truth of reality, which was professors in college classes, you know, the ones that I've met, they're not the funnest people. They're really not. Like, the professor I had for psychology was just pure PowerPoint and just note-taking, and I'm just like, this is kind of fucking boring. And like, the thing that I really enjoyed about my psychology class back in high school, which like high school class and college class, very different, right? But the thing that made psychology and sociology so enjoyable for me during those classes were because of the amount of activities that we could have done. It motivates my brain, and I'm able to like interact with others and see how like the whole idea of psychology or sociology worked on the other person. And yeah, I really like that. That's why those classes were so fun, because the teacher made it fun. So I went to college, and I took psychology and sociology. They were fucking boring as hell. I'm just over here like, I'm just fucking taking notes. I'm fucking tired. Like, and also I'm not the person who enjoys taking online classes, because, you know, I still genuinely feel like I have ADHD, but I'm still really trying hard to get it diagnosed, because the doctors just don't fucking believe me, which it's an unfortunate problem for women, in the fact that they don't really have their problems are often overlooked and kind of just, you know, misplaced, and just kind of like doctors just assume that you're just, not to say being hysterical, but, you know, maybe you're just over exaggerating it or something. You know, I mean, I told my doctor that maybe I have ADHD, I have a lot of trouble focusing on a lot of stuff. Like, I'll still finish some of them for the most part by the end of it, but like, I have a really difficult time. And like, I told my doctor about that, and she's just like, oh, well, you know, ADHD is on a spectrum. Did you know that? Like, I'm just like, what the fuck does that mean? I'm just like, you're telling me that I'm on the spectrum? Like, what? Anyways, it's, yeah, I still haven't gotten that part done yet, but I would assume that's one of the, I still haven't gotten it diagnosed, but I feel like it's something that affects me. And so because of that, I remember taking some college classes online, and I fucking hated it. It sucked. It's basically like self-study, and like, I'm a person who's not particularly good at self-studying unless it's like a topic I'm like super interested in. And so if it's not and it's online classes, I hate it, bro. I need somebody to be there to give me something entertaining, but also at the same time educated, right? Anyways, I feel like I've got lost in the sauce and just ranted about college now, apparently. But, you know, my ending point is just that going from high school to college really hit me with like the cold reality, which is my anxiety of people who may or may not have authority over my life or my decisions. I get very anxious about those sort of people, so it was very hard for me to actually go into simple places that maybe people would have no problem going into, you know, like going into the office and asking to take the math and English exam just so they can see what level you are, you know. But like, I was so afraid of going in there because, well, first of all, that was going to be the decision of what sort of classes I was going to take for English and math. And also, I didn't want to be like, oh no, I'm really fucking stupid, you know? Like, I didn't want people to think about that, you know? I don't want to be stupid. Even though I am, I don't want that. And then I couldn't talk to counselors because, again, they possibly could have had the decision in making a decision in my life, which is planning out my degree. And that's scary. And I'm just like, I don't want to fucking talk to these people. Which is also why I have problem talking to doctors because doctors have a decision over my life. It is, and it's not fun to again, like, it's not fun to go into your doctor and tell them that you have specific problems, and they're just like, not that bad, and then they just kind of shrug it away, and I just feel like, okay, you know, maybe I'm just freaking out for nothing. You know what? My fucking doctor, it fucking sucks, bro. Like, I go into the office, and, like, I want the actual doctor whose, like, name is on the office, but they keep giving me the other doctor, who I don't want, but they keep fucking giving it to me. Like, I literally tell the nurses, I want to see the main doctor. I want to see him. And then they're like, oh yeah, sure, we'll go get him. And I fucking go into my appointment, and I wait in the room, and then the other doctor comes in. And I'm just like, and you know, the whole anxiety of authority thing, like, what am I gonna fucking tell her? Oh, I actually wasn't expecting you, like, I didn't want to, I don't want to talk to you, like, it's so difficult. But, like, it really pisses me off, because for some reason, that doctor, the other doctor, right, she always fucking questions the stuff that I tell her, and then she doesn't do what I want, and it pisses me off, because if I were to go to the main doctor, if I tell him about it, he'll just be like, could be a problem. Let's get you this, and this, and we'll see if it works, right? We'll get you tested out. Let's see if that works. And like, we'll get you the X-ray. Let's see if that's really is true. And it really fucking pisses me off that, like, there are two doctors, the two doctors are like the complete opposites. And I'm just like, I don't want the person who keeps fucking questioning me. All right, I came here for specific things, and I need you to fucking get it for me. All right, the specific example is like, I have scoliosis. Unfortunate. I first went in to see if I could, like, get an X-ray to see if I truly have scoliosis or not. Like, I felt the curve in my spine, which was scary. But I wanted to get an X-ray to make sure that it is. And, like, I got that doctor, and she was just like, okay, let me go check your curve. So she touches the curve and everything. She's just like, oh, it's not that bad. It's like a mild one. And, you know, yeah, it's just do a little exercise and you'll be fine. And they were like, I wanted a fucking X-ray, right? I didn't want you to just fucking touch my spine and be like, oh, it's just a mild one. And it really pissed me off, because I had to make another appointment, and I was lucky to get the main doctor that time. I told him the exact same thing, right? I was like, I think I might have scoliosis. There's a little curve in my spine. He's just like, oh, let's go get you an X-ray for that. The fuck, dog? Really grinds my gear. All right, I've been ranting about absolutely nothing this whole time. We're here for the many sides of voice actor radio. All right.